and we're back. Can anybody hear me?
I think so. You listen to the Three Guys Rant on AdrenalineRadio.com and Indy 104.
And now at the new station over in New England. See if I can get this right. DM Narc Radio Hour.
DM Narc?
DM Narc Radio
Narc.
Hour. If you go on our website, it's all been updated. You have all the information. So we're ready to rock.
Oh, so it's a rock station.
Depends how this hour goes.
All right. So, it's been a good week for some people. It's been a hectic week for us. It's been a good week in politics as far as, there's a lot of good entertainment last night with the Republican debate. There's a lot of that happening lately. And we almost quite possibly headed into the longest campaigning season for a presidential race in the history of the country. So.
And what's funny about that is I think it's also going to be one, I was just reading an article as we were getting ready for the show, that a lot of money managers have already notified both parties that the majority in the high 90 percentile will not be donating to these campaigns.
I wonder why, man. There's nobody worth a damn out there, other than our president.
Yeah, but what they're saying, though, is that it has more to do with just the individuals. They don't even want to, donate to the political parties because they blame everything that's going on from their, they blame all of the losses and the things that they've got going on the current party situation that we have now.
Well, yeah, every poll shows that people are really upset at Congress as a whole. I think they still have some of the lowest numbers on record. So, so yeah, people are blaming everybody.
That's going to be an interesting one. One of the things before we get too far off, I know that we've got a bunch of stuff going on. Arvin's got some surprises in store for us throughout the day.
Oh, we got surprises today.
Oh, wow, that's going to be an interesting one.
The fact that he's putting it together.
That is an original thought, because I'm usually taking things apart and breaking them.
A big moment today, which isn't, I know Arvin will have no clue who Art Clokey is.
Is he related to, what's his name? I can't think of his name.
No.
Yeah, you can't think of his name.
Today would have been his 90th birthday, and for those of you who are old enough to remember, he was the creator of Claymation and Gumby and Pokey.
Oh, like on Google. Now I understand.
Oh, now you know what Google
Now I understand why it's on
which
Google.
was the Google Doodle of the day. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
The Google Doodle.
The Google Doodle.
Google Doodle of the day.
So, anyways, we're just looking at each other here.
Sorry about that.
What distraction in the studio, man.
One of the things I wanted to bring up, as I was looking at all the topics that are going on in the world right now, I went to all of the big sites. When I went to the LA Times, and this was kind of annoying, that I know that our whole thing is about ranting and what we're, upset about. On the LATimes.com front page website, their headline, FBI makes arrest in case of celebrity phone hacking. Below that, the break comes after several weeks, blah, blah, blah. CNN.com, take a tour of Tinseltown's tawdry side. Want to see where John Belushi died, Chateau Marmont, where Hugh Grant got busted. I'm like, really? Fox News, watch live the manslaughter trial of Michael Jackson. Wall Street Journal.
Michael Jackson is on trial for manslaughter?
Sorry. Hey.
Murray Conrad.
Murray Conrad is his trial of.
Oh.
What can I do? Wall Street Journal. It says digits live. Should you buy the iPhone 4S? The Wall Street Journal. And under that was the underwear bomber pleads guilty.
Yeah.
What bothered me, hold on, where I was going with all of this, is, here we are, we had 9/11 last month, and there was, a lot of fanfare and hoopla, and one of the things that I was going to bring up today, we talk about have we forgotten? Are there so many things that we become complacent about? Are there so many, Hector asked a few weeks ago, have we become a society that just ignores everything? But what I'm troubled by is we don't even remember, the men and women who are over there fighting in these useless wars, because we're too busy worrying that Scarlett Johansson's cell phone got hacked into, and some nude photos of her ended up on the on the internet.
I got to say that's a lot of wasted time and effort, because that's a day's worth of news or a week's worth of news, whatever it might be. That's like a 1-hour show for TMZ.
Right. Well, that's my point. Is that when these reputable organizations have now stooped to that level to keep up with it, it begs the question: how Arvin, I don't even know if you're old enough to remember, but the Iran hostage crisis.
I don't think
he's not. Okay.
You mean those the ones that they just let go like a week ago?
No, not the two hikers.
Not the two hikers.
That wasn't a crisis.
52 Americans from November 4th, 1979 to January 20th, 1981. A group of Islamist students and militants took over the American embassy in support of the Iranian Revolution. For 444 days, they were held hostage. And I don't know if you remember, Mike, but every day when they would do the news segment, that was part of the news, and they would show day 121, day 122. It was ongoing. During 91, when we had the first invasion of Iraq, it was, nightly. We heard about it. But here we are going into our 10th year of this war, and it almost seems like we've written these kids off. Or that a lot of them aren't even kids anymore. A lot of them went in as kids. They're middle-aged adults now, but you've got a lot of people over there who have been there for longer than any other war in our history, and yet we're worried about, underwear bombers who pleaded guilty.
Wait, isn't
Oh,
that's Mike's turn right there?
no, the
Mike's an
problem is-
underwear bomb.
Well, yeah, I can drop some bombs. But those news organizations are following Congress's lead, man. If you look at Congress, the country's in turmoil over jobs. People are needing government assistance programs to get people back to work. And today the House spent, I think, most of the day debating whether to defund Planned Parenthood, because they perform abortions sometimes. So I mean, that's the problem. You have, in this case, the Republican Congress, at least in the House, that is more, they came into power, their platform was jobs, jobs, jobs. They haven't introduced one job creation bill. They're worried about defunding Planned Parenthood and all this other crap. So I mean, if our government or our politicians are not talking about it, what is the news going to cover? I mean,
Okay, but I can understand
it's
that.
all about ratings for them.
It is about ratings,
what's going on.
but the problem with that statement is it segues into the same lunatics right now that are in the Occupy America phase. What troubles me is now you have the whole opposite end of that. You have all these people who want to occupy something, and then when you send them out there, it's like an episode of Jay Leno jaywalking. I don't know the real stat, but at least, it looks like 50% of them have no clue why they're there. They just want to go out and be a part of something. So the problem is, what about the rest of the people? They're over the Occupy America people are complaining that they are the 99%.
Occupy Wall Street.
Well, no, but they're also now Occupy LA. There's also...
Oh, they're talking about the cities. That's what I call in each different movement.
Well, right. What I'm saying, though, but it's the whole Occupy groups. What troubles me with these groups is they don't have a clear, concise message. Yes, boo-hoo, things are bad. I understand that. Some of them, have already exhausted their, benefits. Some of them are saying that the economy is tough. Some of them are saying that jobs are hard to find. What I see, really, that's the issue right now. When we keep electing these lunatics to office, and we, like you said, we have a Congress who's so blind to what's going on that, again, we forget about these people over there. So that's what I'm saying is that where is it that we've become the me society, and all of these, like you say, it's about ratings, and Arvin pointed out that, it's become a TMZ world. But
yeah, but it's not a me society. A me society, I don't see that movement as a me society. These guys there's been thousands of them out there for weeks on end. This just started getting on the news cycle about 2 weeks ago, but prior to that, they've been out there for 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, but what is their message?
Their message is they're angry at the way Wall Street has got a gridlock, and they own the Congress, and they pretty much, Wall Street dictates the economic policies of the United States. And a lot of these people, again, it goes back to jobs, it goes back to what happened 3 years ago with the economy, and that nobody's being held accountable for it. So that's what they're pissed about, and then you have a Congress, if you let the Republicans do what they want to do, they still want the same people that are and they're outside, they're hurting. They want to continue, those same people to continue bailing out the country, raise their taxes, do this to the middle class and the poor, yet they don't want to do anything that involves raising taxes on the millionaires and billionaires. So that's what they're pissed about, is that it's the inequality. It has nothing to do with whether they have a concise message or not. A concise message
but isn't that what the
Wall
Tea
Street
Party's all about?
sucks, and we keep catering to them.
But isn't that what the Tea Party was supposed to do?
Yeah, and nobody called them lunatics or mobs or whatever.
Sure they did. We all called them lunatics.
Well, we did. But politicians, we did, because they were crazy, showing up with guns and all this crap. But when the Tea Party was happening, the Republicans were hailing them as American heroes, protesting, exercising their First Amendment right. When these people that are liberal do it, they're mobs and they're hippies and they got no message. Well, you know, it's just, it goes to show you how things work in this country, man. If you got the money, everything goes your way.
Yeah, but sadly, it did seem like the Tea Party was more organized than these people. And they're trying to use social media, and they seem to be doing a piss poor job of it.
Well, that's fine. It's a young movement. I mean, it'll develop. The Tea Party didn't have a concise message from the beginning.
No, granted,
And
they didn't
then
have a
back
concise
then,
message.
if the Tea Party announced that they were going to have a rally in a certain city and they were going to have 10 members, you would have CNN, Fox, ABC, NBC, everybody there. These people in Wall Street have been there for weeks, and they barely got on the radar. Nobody was paying attention to them. So that shows you again the way the media is leaning.
Yeah, but once again, though, I think part of the problem is when the media's gone out there, and again, to your point, I know you're going to bring it up, that no matter where it was, they always seem to find the lowest common denominator at every one of these events who wants to be on camera.
Yeah, but you know why? That always comes back to ratings and making a buck.
Yeah, but they don't know when they're going to put a
Yeah, but I really
mic
doubt
in
that.
your face
I
that you're
doubt
gonna
that
be
they're
an
going to
idiot.
go and grab the first person and be like, "Hey, you come over here." Of course, I'm thinking there's got to be some kind of
No, there's
pre-talk.
not. No, there's not. I've been to some of these. I mean, Mike and I, like he says, he was at a gas station, and they just walked up to you. Hey, you
Well, I
want
mean,
to
look
be on
at
camera?
him. You would think he's one of them too.
You know, I would have been, you know.
The only sign of intelligence on Mike is the glasses. That's about it.
They came to me. She had a mic. I'm like, lady, I got no change, man. Get away. She's like, oh, you don't want to be in the news?
All I'm saying is, what bothers me about, you know, and again, Mike's more of their defender than I am, and I'm just saying that I still don't understand the message. You know, there's a lot of crying, there's a lot of whining. We all know that Wall Street makes more money. Big whoop.
Okay,
But what attention are we trying to draw?
All these big CEOs that were in Congress not too long ago, and they were whining and crying about how it's become extremely difficult for them to import. They moved their factories overseas, and now they're having trouble, and it's costing them too much money to bring the crap that they're building overseas, taking American jobs over there to bring that crap back in here to sell it here. So they're whining and crying about that Congress needs to do something to make it even easier for them. Are they whining or not?
Okay, but to your point,
So if you want to talk about whiners, they're the whiners.
But why then aren't these people that occupy whatever? Why aren't they forming the groups to get these people out of office? Why aren't
Give them
they?
time. Give them
It's too
time.
much work.
Everything it starts. Look at what's happening in Wisconsin, man, with Scott Walker. You know, and what's happening in Ohio with HB. It's Bill number 5. I'll find it in a minute. Where they needed I believe it was Ohio. They needed 300,000 signatures to put this on the ballot to reverse that bill. They went out there, grassroots movement. They collected 1.3 million signatures. In Wisconsin, they're going after this a-hole, Scott Walker, and it looks like they have a good chance if the numbers hold of getting this guy recalled. Grassroots movements. They start as a mob, like everybody wants to call them, but in time they find their message. People come in, organize them, and they got him in the right direction. I think right now they're just in the making noise stage.
Okay, but yeah, and you've been saying for years, you've been saying for the last 10, 15 years that you've never understood why people aren't burning down buildings, why we don't
get it,
do.
man.
So what I'm saying is this the beginning of that? Are we seeing it because Americans are seeing what's going on in other countries? They've watched what happened, what was it, with Mubarak? They've watched what happened with Gaddafi. Are they starting to get a sense of hope so now they feel that if they go to the streets, they're going to be able to make a difference?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that is the start. I don't wish that there's going to be violence. I mean, violence and people get hurt and with destroyed property, that kind of thing. But I mean, just make noise. Civil disobedience brought a lot of change in this country. That it helped bring about the end to the Vietnam War, and it brought about change in the civil rights movement in this country. So I mean, there's room for that. Let them do what they got to do. Hopefully, it'll keep growing. People don't get tired. And they start holding some of these people accountable. Again, like we talked about, I think it was, I don't know if you were off air, you and I were talking about how the disparity, even in justice, how you have Wall Street, nobody's being prosecuted. Why? Because they took from the poor, man, and gave it to the rich. Yet, Madoff, he stole from the rich, they went at him, he was life. So if you steal from the rich, you're screwed. If you steal from the poor,
Well, you are
You make
such a
some money,
great
dude.
speecher.
huh?
He is, dude, because remember, it's all about the reach. Hey, you're listening to the Three Guys Rant on AdrenalineRadio.com, Indy 104, somewhere in New England, and I hope somebody's eating some clam chowder. We'll be right back.
Go Patriots.
No.
Patriots. Oh, man.
They do.
That's a Bears fan right there.
They just picked us up. I stationed in New England, man. Gotta give them a shout out.
I'm going to leave the door open so that way.
Get some air here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Is the air conditioner all the way down?
I'm starting to sweat, man.
What's going on, brother?
What's up, man?
What brings you down?
Oh, we'll
Say
talk
when
about
it's
it
how
after the
high,
break.
man.
Oh, really? You know, could we? Did we
We
not?
had
have-
it set heads
No,
up.
no, no, no. He's a secret guest. You can
Okay.
chime in whenever you want, but he's here for a very specific reason.
So now you guys got charges for this?
For what? Nah, this
I
guy.
don't. That's what I thought you were asking. No,
No, you
even my
USB.
thing. I was having had problems all
I
day.
should have brought my plug, man. That would have been.
Arvin, who's Nana?
Nina,
It says Nana. You wanna check the call?
I believe that's. Watch, I'll tell you right now. I believe it's the author.
I'm not the world's best speller, but she said her name is Nina.
Yeah.
Nina?
So it's Nina de
Hartley?
de Rosa. President Nina. I think you like her 'cause she does a lot of stuff with kids. She does like the
She has like a British accent.
TV shows and radios.
What's her name?
Geared towards kids. I
Nina
figured
what?
you'd really like it. Remember, like a long time ago, I said we should meet with this lady.
Nina what?
This is her. Nina de Veri de Rosa. So you can go right here. Nina Speaks. Go to ninaspeaks.com. Nino Speaks. Ninon
Linon?
Yeah, that's right here. ninonspeaks.com. See what there's her website. Or voiceoftomorrow.info. I got your text. I'm listening.
So then we'll hand her off to you after the break. We'll come in and
You pronounce her name now.
But what is she?
Nina. Nina what?
Nino. It's Nino de Vera de. Let's have it go.
Nina de Vera de Rosa.
Down in 10 seconds.
But she's on the air, so after that we'll talk about it.
Alright.
You seeing it? They're all full intros like this now. They're all full intros just like this now.
All right, we're back from the break. Thanks for sticking around. For those of you that didn't understand what Mike was saying, if you're riche, we're not. Apparently, it means rich. It was just his accent getting in the way. So, for anybody who did,
Just hit the SAP button on your computer and it'll translate
Apparently
what I
you
say.
can't even say SAP button.
well, no, actually, you need the SAPT, which stands for Tourette's, which Mike seems to have. It's just his is the non-vulgar format, but it's the.
See, that's the problem, man, because I'm keeping myself from cussing, so I can't speak.
You have a newborn. It should be an automatic filter for you.
I don't know what the hell they're saying.
All right, on the phone, we're going to bring in.
Gaga.
We have Ninon de Vera de Rosa on a website that says nothing happens without you. We're going to hand her off to Arvin in 1 second.
Hello, Nino.
Ninon?
How you doing? Are we pronouncing your name correctly? Oh, well, thank you, because we just have a hard time pronouncing each other's names. Oh, there you go. The only person with an accent here is Mike, but he's got a Puerto Rican accent. I'm thinking you're talking about something else. Well, thank you for calling in. I know we've had a couple conversations before off air, and we're trying to get you here in studio with us to try to do a whole segment. But how's everything going with you? All right. I completely agree with you. I had friends, but not the kind of friends. I ended up with these two in the room with me right now.
That'll teach you to be negative. That's what you get for being negative.
Oh, this is Mike, and you have Phil as well.
And Phil's here with you also. Ninon, how you doing today? Oh, thank you so much.
You're about the only person who's ever told him that. Ninon, so tell us about your organization. I read a little bit about you, not too much, but I've heard about Kids Talk.